Oh, baby. Rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat.
Please don't. Please don't. There we go.
You're basically the only one that can get away with that.
Anyway, God, I can't stand watching a video where people chew gum.
Oh my
But
God.
here I am. I will get it out.
Get it out, please. Thank you.
Watch him make sure to say thank you because he's on camera.
If you want to see us make it home, give us 10 likes.
What kind of a...
JK, LOL, hashtag just kidding. Okay? What? What? Vlogging's supposed to be the real uncut you. Except you cut it in a lot of different ways. Like it's like a pizza.
Take it where it was not gonna go.
It is like sanitary, right?
Yes,
Sure looks questionable to me.
that is right.
What's that? There's Tarzan?
Tarzan backwards.
I thought that was Land Before Time.
No, Tarzan, where the little elephant jumps in the water and says, "Are you sure this water's sanitary? It looks questionable to me. What about bacteria?" But no, when we're not filming, I'll tell you what jumped through my head when you made that comment.
Don't make them all curious.
You're not going to want me to say it on video.
They make sensor bars, you know that, right?
Oh, okay. I can edit this out.
Chelsea! Chelsea! Oh my God!
I'm gonna pee.
You're probably going to see the part where I went, Chelsea? Yeah, you don't want to know what she said.
He's acting all good because there's a cop down here. Holy macaroni.
And the pace car is out.
People don't know how to drive.
I know how to drive. I got my license.
So does my Nana.
Oh.
This is my Nana driving down the road. Oh my God, look at those shutters. Look at that. They changed them shutters from last time, you know. They were white. Rumble strips.
That's actually pretty accurate. Like, you know how a typical person, when they drive, like their hands doing this? Hers is.
She can make it from point A to point B.
Barely.
We don't let her drive anymore, so it's not a big deal. I'm just kidding. We would let her drive, but she broke her hand. So we're not letting her drive because of that.
Yeah, she just got her cast off.
Recently.
About, what, not less than a month ago?
Yeah. It's still kind of swollen. She's retaining a little bit of fluid around the brake. So.
She woke up, rolled out of the bed, bumped her head, and couldn't get up in the morning.
No, but that song's like bumped his head, went to bed, and didn't wake up in the morning. Like,
That's the same as
homie died in his sleep.
It's like Ring Around the Rosies. That's a morbid song too.
That was made about the plague.
There you go.
God, no wonder kids are so screwed up. Now, I will say one thing. A lot of it can be from what they watch. I'm going to go ahead and say this. My niece, Serenity, she was actually in the What I Eat in a Day vlog. She was playing on YouTube. She watches Peppa Pig, Paw Patrol, toy reviews, those egg things that you open up. And she had found, and this is on the kids channel, like it's these 2 8-year-old girls like with pacifiers in their mouth and their dad's filming. And they cry and they whine and they pitch fits. And my cousin Adriana overheard her watching this because this 3-year-old is so smart. She knew that she's not supposed to watch stuff like that. She would turn it down to where you couldn't hear it, and every time you would walk toward her, she could swipe it away. So for the longest time, homie wasn't allowed to have her tablet. That's just how it was. And you know, how it should be. But she would still, every time you would give it back to her, she found one like, it's Fantastic TV, where it's these big spiders, and one has the clown. I think that's Fantastic TV. I know one of them is. But they're just overly morbid sense of humor, and one had the Joker in it, and she was watching stuff like Killer Clowns, and don't get me wrong, she wasn't like binge watching all of this stuff. She would just happen upon it and be in the middle of watching it, and Adriana would take it from her.
Yeah, there's I've scrolled through YouTube myself, being a fully grown adult, and I've come across some stuff that's like, how did this make it past the ban? Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, so what I did was, when Serenity came to stay with us, I went and downloaded YouTube Kids, and don't get me wrong, she still ended up finding some of that stuff. But from there, I just typed it in, blocked the channel, and it sends a verification code to the parent's email. Typed in that code, it logged it in, and I blocked all of those channels so she can't find it anymore. So that works. But just really, guys, you have to be aware of what they're watching. Thankfully, Adriana did catch it. I mean, she was never like binge watching these episodes of these bad things, but even the little bits that she did get to see, it just changed her attitude entirely. She was throwing fits and acting like these kids and mimicking them, and would go up to people and say, "You're a bad baby," or like one time she went up to John and she said, "You're a bad John," and it was like, where is this coming from? And it was all stemming from what she was watching, and she's just 3. So it is a lot of what they watch, especially at that age. So that's why we had to take the, put the parental locks on there. And
this is how bad it is. I took their word for it. So I don't even know what the video is about. I have no idea. But I saw like a screenshot of this dude in a mask in the bottom of the video. And
he's waving like from a
yeah,
little...
he's like waving. Who thinks of something like that? Like,
and it's creepy. He's just like, his face is like, what's that one?
Scream?
No. V for Vendetta.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the face he has.
Like the opera mask.
Yeah,
style.
kinda. And it's not in that girl's it's not in that girl's video. It's a added video in the left-hand corner that pops up while you're watching that video, and it would almost, if you're not paying attention, like make you think that somebody has hacked your webcam and is waving at you, but it's not. So just be aware of what your kids are watching. 3-year-olds can get to a lot more than you expect them to get to, and if Adriana hadn't been monitoring her so closely, it could have actually gotten pretty bad, I do believe.
Well, I mean, just think of, I've not been a parent, I've not had any kids, but I know that if I was in a situation where, listen, you can find anything on the internet. There's ways to get around stuff. Will a 3-year-old be able to figure out your passcode? Maybe not. But there are certain guidelines to post criteria to a specific media, and there are ways to go around that. There are hackers, there are, cyber geniuses, in other words.
Yeah.
Right. So, just
they hacked Blue Cross Blue Shield. Like, there are people out there that can do a lot of damage.
Just don't let your guard down, and
monitor what your children watch.
Yeah.
And do what Adriana does. She monitors how long she's allowed to watch it and what she's allowed to watch. We've blocked a lot of channels that we deem unfit for her to watch. And by we, I mean if she's with me and I hear it, I'm going to be like, no girl, you're not watching that, and I'll block it myself. And she even knows what she is allowed to watch and what she's not allowed to watch. And that's the thing about kids. They're sneaky. Like, she would literally, at 3, be able to swipe away and click on something else before you got to her. It was just, let's put it this way, I think Adriana took her tablet away for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Pretty long time. And I know a lot of you might say a 3-year-old shouldn't have a tablet. I think, and to be quite honest, I think that's each individual parent's decision whether or not their child has a tablet. I think the way you parent your child is so unique to you and your family that nobody else should have an opinion on that unless your child is in danger. That's just the way I feel about that.
Well, see, like, you know, I mean, there's a lot of mixed emotions with technology because, I mean, look at a 3-year-old 30 years ago. They were outside playing with mud pies and rocks.
It's because we didn't have anything else.
Because we didn't have anything else. I mean, we're getting to the point now to where technology is basically
everything.
Everything, you know. That's what you learn from, that's what you listen to music on, that's what you watch TV on, like everything. So
I think a child should have a healthy balance.
Yes. I think there's a lot of good learning enhancements that technology can benefit from.
And don't get me wrong, I might completely change my mind when I have my own children. But like I said, that's my choice because I'm the parent. That's, I don't know. You can get into really touchy subjects when you start talking about the way people parent their children.
For sure.
That's the way I feel though. As long as a child is not in danger and nothing's going wrong, and why make a comment?
And once again, this is out of a babysitting aspect. We don't have kids, you know, so like she said, it may change whenever it comes time for that.
And at least I'm willing to admit that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know it all and you should do this with your kid, and well, I've heard that you do this and that's great. Basically, when you don't ask for someone's advice and they still give it to you, oh my God.
2 cents.
Put your 2 cents in. I don't have a piggy bank over here. Keep your 2 cents to yourself. That's just the way I feel about it. I can only imagine how that sounds in the video right now.
Sorry. I just need to see, that's all.
It's not raining, which is why it's making that sound.
You sound like a baby pterodactyl being born.
He's seen a pterodactyl being born.
I have. I was there.
We were out to eat, and I swear, these people, I didn't know if they had a baby or a pig. Well, this kid might have been 1.5 years. And he's over there like squealing like a pig.
Yeah, he's going, reet, reet.
And I was like, what the, do you all have a pig or a child over there? But he was a cute little child. He wasn't a pig. It was just, I think he was trying to get a chip, and that was his signal. Okay guys, so I know that video in the car got cut off pretty abruptly, but we were here and we didn't know how to end that. So we're home. It's 9 o'clock and we're laying down. I'm going to go take my makeup off and we're going to get in the bed. I just wanted to put in here that the channel that I was referencing as far as the little girls with the pacifiers in their mouth, it's like Bad Baby Victoria, and the channel name is Toy Freaks. Also, they have a channel called Freak World, and this is what they labeled it. They're scary and what was it, freaky skits. So they have 3 channels, and that's one of them. I just wanted to go ahead and include that one because that's where she was getting a lot of the really weird, freaky stuff from. And they even called it that. Like, I'm not just calling it that. That's what they call it too. So, just going to go ahead and say it. Just because we feel, and Adriana, her mom, feels that that's not something that she should watch, that doesn't mean that if you let your kid watch that you're a bad parent. That's not what we're saying. It just drastically changed the way Serenity acted. She was acting out, and we didn't feel like that was something that she should be watching because she was mimicking what they were doing. So if that is something you all are subscribed to, if that is something that you let your kids watch, like I said earlier, I believe that that's your choice, and as long as your kid is not in danger, then I have nothing to say about that. That's none of my business. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that really quick because, you know, you got to be throwing out disclaimers when you're on YouTube because everybody's got an opinion. This is the platform of them. So, I just wanted to go ahead and say that. We are going to go ahead and go to bed. My eyes are crossing. I am worn out. And we will see you all in our next one. Bye, guys.